This is Seawolves. Storm or not.
Good afternoon, Seawolves, and welcome to our first April edition of Seawolves Storm or Not. I'm Nicole Moret. This is a reminder that this show is a collaboration between students at the School of Marine and Atmospheric Sciences and the School of Communications and Journalism. Sad to say, we've added a new word to our vocabulary, Bucha, a settlement northwest of Kyiv. This little spot on the map is joining name places like Dachau, Hiroshima, and Guernica as synonyms for the worst horrors of war. A series of grim discoveries followed the Russian army's retreat from Kyiv's northern suburbs. Ukraine says the remains of at least 410 civilians were recovered in Bucha and other towns. Some appeared to have been killed with their hands tied behind their backs. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky described these atrocities as acts of concentrated evil and said the world needs to do more to end Russia's invasion. Zelensky took that message to the Grammy Awards, pleading for help in a pre-recorded video that was played during last night's show.
Tell the truth about the war on your social networks, on TV, support us in any way you can, any but not silence.
And in New York, Broadway actors braved the rain to sing out defiant words from Les Mis in support.
In the song of angry men, it is the music of the people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes.
Well, at least that music is uplifting. And to find out whether our weather is going to give us any uplift, let's go to our meteorologist, Sam Linkowitz, for our one-day forecast. How's the weather going out there, Sam?
Thanks, Nicole. Hope everyone is well rested and ready to start the week off strong, because today's Monday is definitely that spring weather we've been waiting for. We even have some beautiful yellow flowers starting to bud on campus. We're almost at that high temperature today of 53 degrees, and it's a little breezy out today. We have a high pressure system dominating over the island today. And there's a northwest wind about 10 miles per hour, and we might even see some stronger gusts closer to 20 miles per hour. So definitely still bring that light jacket with you while you're outside. Maybe even try skipping the bus and walking to class and enjoying the beautiful weather. Later in the evening, the temperature will drop to a cooler 40 degrees, so still carry that light jacket with you while you're out and about. To hear more about the rest of the week's weather, stay tuned for the 7-day forecast later in the program. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Sam. I love when the daffodils come out. Not only is it a sign of warmer weather, but it reminds me that there is something important coming up this week in sports. Let's turn to our Sports Storm team for more information. Today, it's Heath Kaup. What do you got for us, Heath?
Thanks, Nicole. As April introduces itself, athletics news for the Seawolves is getting better and better. The women's lacrosse team have now won 6 straight following a win versus Arizona State here on April Fool's Day. The Seawolves were not fooling around, however, during their 16-4 shellacking of the Sun Devils. The Stony Brook baseball team has turned around the season, winning 9 of their past 12, after starting the season 3-11. The key news, however, for sports junkies like myself this week is opening day for the Yankees and the Mets. On Thursday, the Bronx Bombers start their year against the Red Sox, and the Metropolitans start their season at the Nationals. My predictions for the 2022 campaign? I have the Mets winning 88, and the Yankees winning 89 games. While both teams have elite talent, the Mets are facing injuries, and the Yankees are in the toughest division in the MLB. My one bold prediction, 61 home runs for Joey Gallo. Back to you, Nicole.
Thanks, Heath. I know I'll be rooting for the Yankees. Everybody in my family bleeds pinstripes, but at the end of the day, New York teams are New York teams, and at least we're not Boston. To find out just how the weather is going to be for the opening game, let's go to the 7-day forecast with Irina, our Ukrainian ray of sunshine.
I'm sorry, Nick, it looks like this week is going to be a rainy one, but it's good for the grass at the stadiums. Tuesday is going to be partly sunny with a high of 54 and a low of 45. It will start raining after 10 p.m. on Tuesday. It is going to rain the whole day on Wednesday. A high will be 52 and a low will be 44. We expect some showers on Thursday after 3 p.m. with a high 55 and a low 46. Showers will continue all the way through Saturday night, and I can't wait for that sun on Sunday. And for those who made some money this year, don't forget to file your taxes before April 15th. On that happy note, back to you, Nicole.
Thanks for the reminder, Irina, but I already filed my taxes and received my refund money already. Joining me today for a special segment is our crisis correspondent, Julia Tetchell. Julia, you and I are both going to be graduating in May. You from the School of Marine and Atmospheric Sciences, me from the School of Communications and Journalism. And it's a bittersweet moment, but we've seen a lot here at Stony Brook, haven't we?
Yes, we have, Nicole. And another story brewing here on campus. Why don't we go to our caffeinated correspondent, Jake Basile. What's going on campus, Jake?
Espresso, macchiato.
Coffee. It's a student obsession. Some of it's fancy, and some of it's not. But everyone loves it regardless.
I love coffee so much. I cannot go without a day drinking at least a venti.
Coffee is a staple of student life, almost like breathing.
Vanilla sweet cream cold brew.
No matter how you take it, black, with milk, with sugar, these days, it's always going up in price.
I'm not drinking coffee less, it's just impacting my wallet.
It's an investment in my future and in my well-being.
Business owners see it a little differently.
You gotta do what you gotta do, raise prices in certain areas, but you can't raise prices to match. Some stuff are spiking as high as 40 to 50%, in which you can't raise your prices 40 to 50%. That would drive customers away. It's definitely a tough business environment right now.
But why are coffee prices going up? Is it greed? No, it's weather conditions and a drought in Brazil.
Drought in Brazil? Yes, it happens, and it happens because of two main reasons. Let us start with deforestation. As shown in this picture, the biggest rainforest on the planet continues to dwindle. In almost 1 year, 5,000 square miles of forest disappeared. This leads to less moisture in the atmosphere and drier conditions. Then every 3 to 7 years, the waters across the Pacific cool off. This is known as La Nina, and La Nina causes air to sink and dry over Argentina and Brazil, which of course leads to drought. There you have it, folks. Blame La Nina and deforestation for the spikes in coffee prices. Coffee plants need water to grow.
Students might not know the cause, but they do know the cost.
Coffee is very overpriced.
The price doesn't affect if I get it or not. My exhaustion really does.
But we have found an escape.
However, there is an alternative, and it's becoming wildly popular, at least on this campus. And it also makes an independent entrepreneur a few extra bucks. It's called Cha Time Tea, with the word cha coming from the Chinese word for tea. And I think I'll try some. That's pretty good. Julia, how about I bring it back some?
No thanks, Jake. I already made myself a cup at home. But Jake, I have a question for you. Does Cha Time tea have as much caffeine as coffee does?
Well, I asked just that. And they do have some teas that have the same amount of caffeine, those being green tea and black tea. So if you're looking for that early morning or afternoon pick-me-up, this is the perfect place to go. Back to you, Julia.
Thanks, Jake. Well, Nicole, I don't know if we're going to be able to afford the coffee we'll need until finals. Senior year is tough, right?
Well, Julia, we've only got a bit over a month left of classes, and it's a bittersweet feeling. I'm excited for graduation, but I'm sad to leave Stony Brook behind, especially all of the team here at Seawolves Storm or Not.
Yeah, I'm going to miss everyone here too, but I'm excited to finally move out of the dorms and fill my apartment with candles.
Well, it looks like we've got a lot of things to look forward to, but for now, we'll be back next week for another edition of Seawolves Storm or Not. Make sure you enjoy the weather today.
This is Seawolves Storm
or Not.